Bernie Sanders and I will work together to make college tuition free for the middle class and debt-free for all. We will also liberate millions of people who already have student debt.
Well, Hillary Clinton last night mentioning just one of the many so-called free things that she's going to give us to boost the economy and create jobs. But doesn't somebody eventually have to pay for all these so-called free things? Steve Forbes is back with us. So, Steve, her economic plan, as far as I can tell, is she's going to get the economy moving again with all these government handouts. I mean, we've got a list of some of them. They add up to $1.5 trillion over a 10-year period. And guess what? That free college plan she was talking about, turns out it's topping the list. That's $500 billion right there.
Well, the whole thing is preposterous. This is simply a replay of what Barack Obama did back in 2009, big stimulus package. But the thing is, they go in a deadly circle. They raise taxes, keep on piling regulations, hurts the economy, the creator of real resources, free people. Right. Less resources, more of a crisis, more government intervention. So she's going to make us poor. She's going to make this economy look like Babe Ruth by the time she's done.
By the way, another free thing that she was talking about recently was free Wi-Fi. She tweeted out, a tweet, I think we can put it up there, 2 words, she says, free Wi-Fi. In fact, when the Americans for Tax Reform looked into it, they found out that that free Wi-Fi would cost $275 billion. I mean, the point is, eventually somebody's got to get paid.
Well, how about it? She says free Wi-Fi. I was thinking, how about freeing the Internet from the clutches of the Federal Communications Commission, which is crushing that. Investment is slumping there. If they just get out of the way, the economy would take care of itself.
That's a perfect segue to what I was going to be talking about, which is that there wasn't a word last night about how she would cut red tape. What is slowing up the economy in the minds of many when you ask business people are this massive new regulations you have and higher taxes. We now have the highest corporate tax rate in the world. She just wants to make it higher.
Well, and that's the thing. Again, if you want an economy to prosper, you got to enable people to create the resources. And instead, she's going to give us more clogged arteries. We need statins, not more fat in the veins.
So Hillary plans to pay for all her new free things with raising taxes, which doesn't seem to bother at least one of her rich supporters. Take a listen.
I'm ready to accept it. I think it's the price of getting our economy and conveying to the general population that even the people who have benefited perhaps more than others are willing on a realistic basis to try to come up with a system that is more incentive for people who haven't participated up to now.
So, Steve, according to that supporter, she's really just going to be taxing the rich for her extra $1.5 trillion, and he's okay with it.
Well, he's okay because he's already made his money, which is why he can go traipsing off to Philadelphia and pretend he's a tribune of the people. But the fact of the matter is, if you want people to have a chance to get ahead in life, you've got to have a booming economy, vibrant economy. That means business investment, new businesses being created. The banking system is clogged with regulations, so those loans aren't being made. Right. So, yeah, let's match reality with the rhetoric instead of saying we want to help you and then kicking us in the groin.
Well, and in fact, it's much more than just taxing the rich. You hear about some of these taxes on hedge fund guys and so forth, but income tax increases $350 billion, business tax increases $275 billion, increases for a new college compact $350 billion, $275 billion business tax increase for infrastructure. It goes on and on. There's even a proposal, they haven't thrown it off the table, for a carbon tax. It's in the Democratic platform that you should pay more for the carbon you use. That was too much even for Nancy Pelosi, but apparently not for Hillary.
Well, she wants to change the name of this country to the United States of Greece. Greece has been piling on taxes for years, and we've seen what that's done. We piled on taxes in the early 1930s and got a global depression. Did the same thing in the 1970s, horrible malaise decade. But talk about the need of education. Even though I'm conservative, I'd spend re-education for Hillary Clinton. And talk about free and giveaways. I'll give her a copy of my new book to show her how you get an economy moving again, reviving America.
That's a pretty good deal for her. By the way, a lot of people were trading tidbits about the most astonishing line that they heard last night. For me, it was her statement that America is great because Americans are good. which doesn't seem to quite make sense to me. America is great because it's free. I think that's very simple. It's the freedom that gives us the power to do what we do here, to make the economy great. It's the freedom that so many thousands and millions of people come here for. She just doesn't seem to get it, that there's something about freedom. And I think if you don't get it, freedom itself is in jeopardy.
Well, to her, freedom means the freedom to take what people make and the freedom to tell them what to do. We have a different concept of freedom.
We do indeed. Steve Forbes, thank you very much.